Cowboys Nation, buckle in, because today's news isn't just another update, another rumor, or another typical offseason headline. It's a full-on seismic shockwave ripping through the NFC and reshaping the identity of the Dallas Cowboys in real time. And trust me when I say this, what just happened is the kind of move that alters expectations, changes locker rooms, swings rivalries, and forces every analyst, fan, and even casual observer to reevaluate exactly where the Cowboys stand heading into the new season. In one of the biggest, boldest, and most unapologetically aggressive free agent moves this franchise has made in years, the Dallas Cowboys have officially signed a rival edge rusher. Yes, a player who has spent years hunting Cowboys quarterbacks, blowing up Dallas's blocking schemes, and tormenting this offense from the opposite sideline. And now suddenly he's switching jerseys, grabbing that iconic star, and stepping into the Cowboys locker room with a mission that is already electrifying everyone around the league. And I'm telling you right now, this is not one of those moves that gets overhyped and then fades away into the background. This is a roster-defining, culture-defining, tone-setting acquisition that does more than just add a body to the rotation. It changes the very shape and ceiling of the Cowboys' defense, because what Dallas just gained is a proven, highly disruptive, high-motor, technically refined pass rush monster who has consistently produced, consistently created pressures, consistently wrecked pockets, and consistently shown up in big moments. The moment this news broke, the entire NFL community lit up because everyone knows exactly what this means for Micah Parsons, what it means for the defensive line, what it means for the Cowboys' ability to control games late, and what it means for a team that has long been criticized, fairly I might add, for failing to make decisive, aggressive, championship-level decisions when they matter most. Nice. For years, Cowboys fans have begged this franchise to get Micah Parsons real help. Not rotational pieces, not developmental projects, not aging veterans on cheap one-year deals, but an actual, legitimate, every down, true edge partner who can take pressure off Micah, punish teams that try to double him, and bring the kind of consistent disruption that forces offensive coordinators to throw away half their weekly game plan. And that is exactly what this move creates, an entirely new defensive dynamic, where offenses can no longer simply slide protection to Micah's side, double Micah on third down, chip Micah with tight ends, or rely on quick releases to neutralize him, because now there's a second, equally dangerous, equally disciplined, equally disruptive player coming from the other edge, and that instantly transforms the Cowboys defense from dangerous if Micah goes off to dangerous at all times from all sides against all blocking schemes. The ripple effect is enormous. Like, you're talking about opening up stunt packages, NASCAR fronts, overload looks like simulated pressures, disguised alignments, and all the exotic formations that defensive coaches love to deploy but often can't use because they don't trust the personnel to hold up for 4 quarters. Well, guess what? Now they can. This new edge brings elite hand usage, a violent first punch, a powerful bull rush, a technical counter move, excellent leverage, and a non-stop pursuit motor that fits perfectly into the Cowboys' high-speed, high-chaos defensive identity, and more importantly, he is a tone setter in the run game, something Dallas has needed desperately. How many times have Cowboys fans watched playoff games where the defense gets pushed around on the edges, where outside runs turn into easy first downs, where containment collapses at the worst possible moment? Too many times. This signing directly fixes that. This edge doesn't just rush the passer, he sets the edge with discipline, physicality, and consistency, choking off outside lanes, forcing runners back inside into traffic, and eliminating those momentum-shifting chunk plays that have haunted Cowboys' postseason performances in the past. And let's talk locker room impacts, because this is a player who brings intensity, professionalism, and a chip-on-the-shoulder mentality that instantly raises the energy level of everyone around him. When guys walk into camp and see a proven rival, someone they've battled against, someone they've respected from afar, now wearing their colors, it changes morale. It adds urgency. It adds expectation. It adds swagger. And don't underestimate the psychological advantage of taking a star away from a rival. That alone sends a message across the NFC. Dallas is done messing around. This is not the conservative, sit back and wait, bargain hunting offseason strategy fans have groaned about in years past. This is a swing for the fences, all in, no more excuses type move. Anand, the media reaction has already been wild, with analysts scrambling to reassess the Cowboys' defensive ranking, playoff projection, and overall competitive ceiling. Some are calling this the missing piece. Some are calling it the best defensive signing of the offseason. And yeah, you've got your usual talking heads who will criticize Dallas no matter what, but even they can't pretend this isn't a major upgrade. Ask any defensive coach in the league what changes a defense more than anything else, and they'll tell you consistent pressure off the edge. You can have great linebackers, you can have elite corners, you can have smart safeties, but if you can't pressure the quarterback, none of it matters. This signing gives Dallas the ability to pressure from both sides, collapse pockets, speed up timing, shrink throwing windows, and force turnovers, because pressure creates mistakes, and mistakes create wins. And this also frees up Micah Parsons to be the pure weapon he was always meant to be. He no longer has to bounce between roles, no longer has to be overused, no longer has to carry the entire unit on his shoulders. With a true edge partner, Micah can line up as a rusher, as a roamer, as a blitzer, or as a chess piece, creating matchup nightmares for every offense he faces. A fresher Micah is a more explosive Micah. A more explosive Micah is an MVP level Micah. And let's not forget the trickle-down effect this has on the interior. When edges are winning consistently, interior tackles get cleaner, one-on-one looks, gaps collapse faster, and quarterbacks have nowhere to step up. Suddenly, defensive tackles who looked average last year start looking like breakout players because they're finally getting opportunities instead of double teams. The entire operation gets better. Linebackers flow more cleanly, safeties cheat down more confidently, corners get more chances at jump balls. Everything becomes easier when your edge rush is elite. You know who else this helps? The offense. When you have a defense that can create short fields, force 3-and-outs, and generate turnovers, your offense doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to carry the load. This move makes the entire roster more balanced, more dangerous, and more playoff ready. And as for opposing offenses, they're already rewriting their strategies. Expect more, max, protect packages, more tight ends staying in to block, more quick passes, more screens, more misdirection. Anything to slow down the tidal wave of pressure Dallas is about to unleash. But unlike the past few years, the Cowboys now have the athletes, scheme flexibility, and pass rush depth to counter all of it. This signing elevates the Cowboys from a team that relies on star moments to a team that can impose its will for 60 minutes. And maybe the most important part, this finally shows Micah Parsons and the rest of the locker room that the front office is serious about winning now. This is a message, a declaration, a turning point, and Cowboys Nation knows it. Fans are buzzing, analysts are recalibrating, and the NFC just felt a tremor run through it. This isn't hype. This isn't spin. This is the Cowboys finally building a complete, terrifying, fully realized defense with two deadly edges, upgraded interior play, and a defensive identity built around pressure, speed, physicality, and relentless pursuit. And as this new edge rusher steps onto the field in a Cowboys uniform for the first time, something tells me AT&T Stadium is going to sound a little louder, feel a little heavier, and shake a little harder, because the Cowboys didn't just sign a player, they unleashed a new era, and we're only just getting started